A man accused of aggravated assault is dead after police in Portland say he pointed a gun at them following a traffic stop. Last night, officials received a report of an aggravated assault where a man showed a gun. The man was later identified as 42-year-old Kyle Desmarais. Desmarais was not at the scene when police arrived. However, officers later found his vehicle heading south on Interstate 295 and performed a traffic stop on the Exit 2 off-ramp. According to police, officers tried to speak with Desmarais as he exited the vehicle, but he pointed a gun at them. Two officers exchanged gunfire with Desmarais. Authorities say he was shot and later pronounced dead. Neither officer was injured.